Ready Now Yuma is a partnership between Yuma Union High School District and the Helios Education Foundation, with its bottom line that every student be prepared to be successful in college and careers upon graduation from high school. Ready Now Yuma offers every student, regardless of their past academic performance, regardless of their aspirations in the future, every student access to a high expectations curriculum. This is a new way of looking at high school education. After 5 years or 8 years or 10 or however long something like this takes, it's going to look like a new system. It's going to look like a renewed concept for high school education.
This year has been a real huge year in implementation. If you were doing a Rubik's Cube, you go, okay, I matched that up, but now this doesn't match. So it's really working through a lot of the wrinkles.
We realized we had a lot of moving parts, and that if we wanted to make sure every student was prepared, we had to slow the wagons down a little bit and go slower before we could go faster.
It seems like anytime you try something new, you're gonna have some bumps in the road. But I think the spirit of what we're doing is contagious. The fact that we want every kid ready for college and career is something that's contagious.
Go in the classroom and you watch these students engaged, and it's catching.
I think it's that type of momentum that seems to be energizing this community.
When you look back and see how far you've come and remember what we had when we started, I think we're actually probably further ahead than you would have thought.
3 or 4 years from now, we'll look back and go, wow, we got through that. But right now, we're in the middle of it and everybody is just stretching.
I think the idea of Ready Now Yuma encompasses way more than just some new curriculum. It's an idea, it's a mindset, and that as we work more towards achieving those goals, I think we're going to continue to add things to it and just make it better and better and better as time goes on.
Implementing Cambridge is a constant, continual improvement. Cambridge doesn't just say, oh, here it is, and this is how it's going to be for 50 years. The scope and sequence changes. They're constantly upping the ante. They're listening to colleges around the world. So our teachers need to constantly have additional professional development, but especially the collaboratives.
A professional learning community is collaborative by nature because it's a group of educators or a group of individuals discussing 4 key questions.
What do the students need to know and be able to do?
How will we know when they know it?
What are you going to do when they don't get it?
And then the 4th question really has to do with the engagement of students who maybe come in, they already know how to do it. How do you engage those students?
If you're not working around those 4 questions, you're collaborating, but you're not a PLC.
Yuma's really trying to adhere to that concept and trying to ensure that every school has the level of support and the training that they need to produce a high-functioning PLC.
It's not just about a meeting. It's about a system of collaboration, conversation on a professional level that moves teachers, which therefore moves students.
No one says this is the way that you're going to teach this. We say, how are you going to teach that? Maybe I can use it also.
It's about, okay, I saw your class, I saw your grades in your classroom, your kids are excelling in this. Tell me how to do this for my kids.
Never before this did I ever feel that I was part of a true team. That is truly new. That is innovative.
We're even applying those 4 questions to our administrative team at the campuses in the district.
With that, we have an understanding that I don't think other district principals would necessarily have of each other.
The more perspectives that you can get bouncing ideas off of one another, I think the better product that you get.
The sum is greater than the parts, and I think that really is true, and I think that kind of can be at the core of what we're doing with professional learning communities.
You can never do too much professional development and collaboration with your teachers.
The district embracing Cambridge, the district embracing Ready Now Yuma, I really believe that they are doing their best to support their teachers.
Student supports are so important because every student is an individual. We're not producing widgets, we're not manufacturing. These are people, and each one of them comes with their own unique set of talents and assets and challenges.
We have kids that struggle, whether it's because they're coming to us missing reading skills, math skills, whatever reason, kids are going to struggle. So building a system that can be used and we can begin implementing real time as students are struggling, as opposed to waiting until they've already failed.
For the 2013-2014 school year, we've really ramped up what we call the extended learning program.
Well, that's a system that we built from scratch, and it's required a lot of time.
We're calling it a learning recovery program as opposed to a credit recovery program. It's not just about a credit to have on a transcript, it's about being able to prove that you really did understand and learn the material.
It's delivered by a web platform, what most people would today consider very similar to an online course. What that benefits the student by is the fact that they have access to the assignment material on a 24/7 basis.
They're using PowerPoint presentations, they're using videos, so they're able to see the same material more than once.
If they need help, they can go after school to whatever area, English, history, sciences, whatever area they need to go to, they can direct their questions to that highly qualified teacher.
If they're not sure how to go from one step to the other, that's where I can come in and clarify how they got to the answer.
The extended learning program then becomes Tier 2 intervention of offering kids support when and where they need it.
It has grown from day one when we have actually put it in play. We have more and more students each month that are registered for it and participating in it.
We didn't have the supports in place, now we have supports in place. So we're not where we want to be yet, but we are definitely moving in the right direction.
Our partnership with juvenile justice is really important because when students end up having to be detained for an extended period of time, we want them to know that we expect them back in our high schools in Yuma Union.
If you miss school for a week, you kind of lose that connection with the school, or if a child's been detained for 30 days, for example, he might lose his whole semester.
We are able to partner with the detention center and make sure that they have access to our curriculum, that they have access to the extended learning program, so that students won't just simply be sitting, wasting time.
If this child can pass this class, what homework can he perform in detention? If this child has no way of passing this class at this time, what else can we do?
They all know about Cambridge, they all know about the extended learning program, they know about summer programs, because we all communicate that together.
We're wanting every child to graduate high school, and we're wanting them to get something beyond that as far as seeing what their future could be, as far as either through, technical college or through a university, whatever they want to do.
One of the most important components is the counseling department. We thought we had a great plan rolling out Ready Now Yuma until we found out the counselors didn't know much about it because we weren't including them in our conversations.
When we were getting phone calls about the curriculum, about Ready Now Yuma, we were not sure how to answer them accurately.
What you're going to do in your 6 boxes is you're going to detail what the 6 changes are.
We really had to do a concerted effort to make sure that our counselors understand everything about Ready Now Yuma, because their role is integral and so vital to the success of Ready Now Yuma.
The role of our counselors in the Ready Now Yuma initiative really goes beyond just looking at their credits and planning a transcript in order to graduate.
What their new protocol and evaluation calls for is for counselors to be in classes teaching, either alongside teachers or independently, and what they're teaching is about college and career readiness.
Find a job you really love and you will never work a day in your life. Whatever it is that you love to do, that's what we want to push you towards, because you have some kind of skills to prepare you for your future.
It's trying to get students to see that no matter how, whether you think you're smart or you're not so smart, or, I come from a family of only farm workers, so that's the only thing I'm going to be able to do. No, that is not the case.
There's actually a lot of possibilities for them, and I think they just need a little push to see that they can actually go to college, they can actually have a career.
It's trying to communicate to the student that, and being that guide to get them to wherever their dreams want to be or wherever their skills lead them toward.
It is different because they're not just going down a checklist with students. They're actually working alongside their teachers and administrators to lead the school and to build the culture.
I think a key element to the process of Ready Now Yuma is educating our stakeholders, which are our parents, our community.
The strategic communication planning that's happening between Yuma Union High School District and the Helios Education Foundation is really looking at a multi-year plan in terms of how we roll out the message behind Ready Now Yuma.
It's with business people, it's with parents, It's with leaders in the community, and it's with the person next door, your neighbor.
This year we rolled out readynowyuma.org. It's a very jam-packed site, tons of information for students, parents, teachers, just general community members. We've also come up with @ReadyNowYuma Twitter handle, specifically targeted at students and providing college and career information that's useful to kids. It's that kind of connection we want to make with the students to make that relevant to them. We've also invited local leaders to have breakfast with us and to meet with Ms. Bedone and Mr. Luna and have just an open dialogue about the initiative. You know, we call it our Champions Breakfast.
We've engaged the business community in Yuma to participate and see what we're doing in education in the Yuma Union High School District.
That community engagement around this seemingly simple mission and vision is huge.
This year we participated at Lettuce Days, a huge community event hosted downtown. We really felt that was an important event because agriculture is a huge part of Yuma. We put our brand out there, you know, and definitely just wanted to share that Ready Now Yuma message. Ready Now Yuma really is about creating a workforce and college students that are prepared to take on the challenges of going into businesses like agriculture and many of the local businesses around here that we need to support, because really as we grow these students into, you know, capable workers and capable students, you know, beyond high school, that they're prepared.
We live in this world where we want everything immediately. I want to be able to go in, get my Starbucks, I want to be in and out in 10 seconds. That is not how student learning works. That's not how adult learning works. That's not how any of us learn. So it's important that we don't use test scores or an immediate fix on, is this working? Great, let's keep doing it. Or why isn't it? What are you doing wrong? Well, it's not anybody doing anything wrong. It's called, it takes time.
Education reform is hard work. The success isn't going to happen overnight.
It takes time to implement something, to test it, see how that's actually being operationalized, and then making those adjustments.
You have to get through the valley of change. If you're not willing to put that time in, then no reform effort is really worth doing.
We have to be thoughtful, we have to be patient, we have to be disciplined.
It's a process, and that's what a lot of people forget, that we're not trying to put a Band-Aid on it. We want to heal the system.
What we're doing in our district around Ready Now Yuma is what's right for kids and it's what's right for our community. We're building a culture where people believe in each other.
When you talk to the leadership at the Yuma Union High School District, you can hear genuine commitment, genuine passion, and you can see their courage.
We really do mean challenge, supported, prepared. We're not just here to say it, we're here to actually do it.
They're trying to get us ready for college, so prepare us for college. And I think it's a really great thing that they're trying to do.
The fact of the matter is, this investment is a major success. Just what we're starting to do in changing the culture of a community is already defining success, I think, in a very meaningful way. But that's not the end of what we're trying to achieve. And so the next step is, are the students achieving a higher academic standard? And ultimately, is every student graduating a Yuma High School college and career ready?